Hey admins, how we doing out there? Labor Day weekend is over. Hope some people took some time to relax and enjoy the nice weather down here in southwest part of Indiana. We had a really nice weekend, so hope everybody enjoyed themselves. To business though. Alrighty. As we know, and we've been preaching, 990 time. There are lodges who have still not sent out their 990s to Rusty Shields. Once you filed that, you need to send a copy of that, even if it's electronically. Take a picture of it, JPEG, however you want to get it. Fax it to them, or take a scan it in the computer and send it that way to them as a PDF. Doesn't matter. But again, you need to send a copy of that because he's going to be getting with myself and Mark Benton here very soon and letting us know which lodges have not sent that in, and then we're going to be asking why you haven't done your 990s yet. If you are one of those lodges that have filed for an extension, and again, we had May, June, July, and August to get our stuff into an account or do it online. We should not have waited this long to get our 990s filed. But if you have filed for an extension, same process too though. You need to send a copy, a picture of the letter so that we know you filed for an extension to Rusty Shields. Don't just send them an email saying we filed for an extension. We want proof that you did that because some lodges in the past have said they had and come to find out they didn't. And then when your 990 gets done after that extension in a couple months, you still need to send him the top copy so we know it has been completed. It's tough to keep an eye on all 67 lodges as a territory manager, so it's nice to have Rusty out there keeping that list for us when we go in and check, but it's always nice to have that one sheet to go off and check off of. Alrighty, also, enrollments and orientations. This is something lodges have to be doing for new membership. Again, they don't have to do both. They have to do a combination or one or the other 6 times a year, so every other month. Again, the lodge has to offer that. Now, we understand that someone may not show up to an orientation or an enrollment. The lodge should do something to entice them to come, though, a free meal or something like that. But the lodge only has to offer it. If no one shows up, the lodge still gets credit for offering it. Again, you have to advertise that to your new members, and posting that in the lodge, putting it in the newsletter. Then you guys have to report that in the report section of LCL Web. You guys put in the date and that you offered it. It's my job to verify that you offered it in some way. That's why when I come into lodges, I'm going in the bathroom or looking at your communication walls and seeing that you've offered it somewhere or in a newsletter. Newsletter is the best way to go, although usually a brand new member isn't on a mailing list yet, so they may not get that newsletter. Social media is also a good way to do that. Again, you have to do 6 in a year, and we have some lodges that are trying to do 2 in 2 weeks and fall in 1 month and hoping to get credit for that. It needs to be spaced out once every other month, towards the end of the year, or at some point I might authorize there being 1 in each month. So in 2 months there were 2. That's fine, but we can't decide that come next February, March, and April, we're going to do 3 in a row to try to get caught up to do our 6. It doesn't work that way. Moose International is not going to approve that. Also, some people are asking about Fall Convention, and that information and registration should be coming out very soon. It still looks like we're going to be at the Wyndham. Between COVID restrictions, which as of right now there aren't any there, and the space in the hotel that we have with other things going on in the hotel, there may be some moving around there, but it looks like we're going to be there, so that registration should come out very soon. Lodges, don't forget, you have been sent Super 50/50 raffle tickets and tickets for the French Lick getaway. Those need to be sold and turned in before convention, so we're in the crunch time of September. That needs to be getting done this month and then turned over to the Ways and Means chairman of the association. And if you're one of my lodges and I'm out and you have it done, I can go ahead and get that to the right person for you also. Most lodges go ahead and then just write a check to cover those, and then keep the cash themselves. That's perfectly fine if you want to do it that way. Also, I'm getting requests on information about fellowship qualifiers. That process has not changed. It's always been the same. Usually, the names of qualifiers come out in early November, and then the territory manager will send the lodge letting them know who has qualified, and then it's on the lodge at that point to get together, get the committee together, and then fill out that paperwork to turn it back in before the deadline, which I believe usually ends up being the end of December, somewhere right around there. But the deadline will be on the paperwork that goes out. But don't keep asking me who qualifies right now. I don't know who's qualified yet. But if you want to know what the qualifications are, that can be found on the Moose International website, and it's pretty simple. But again, I'll be talking more about that in November, but I'm getting lots of people asking right now. That process hasn't changed. That's all I have for now, guys, and I sure do appreciate everything you're doing out there. You guys have a good week. Stay safe. We'll see you.